Introducing the 3-part options course with Hans Albrecht. Get access for free by scanning this QR code or clicking on the link in the description.
Dollar is still hanging out above this 106 level. Gold is still inching higher. It's doing fine on its kind of sideways to higher, but for most part, we expected this into CPI and then FOMC next week. Gold loves loose monetary policy, by the way. And we are expected to have that 25 basis point rate cut. Wouldn't surprise me at all if we have a pause in January to allow for Bank of Japan to do a bit of hiking. So I have been very, very, very suspicious about the Bank of Japan doing any hikes this year, despite all the talk. But last night, they had a whole bunch of data that came in, very warm to hot as it relates to their economic data. So let me just kind of show you this, what I mean. Their prices are rising, right? 3.7 from 3.4. Their PPI month over month is also very firm versus year over year. The business survey came in hot, fire, flames at 6.3 versus 4.5%. This is all kind of indicative of be careful what you ask for kind of thing. They've wanted inflation. They have been in the grips of deflation. They really still are. But the point is, this is helping to push the BOJ into justification to hike, although I still think we had 50-50 chance for this meeting, which is December 19th. I still don't think they will, especially not with Fed cutting, but that's a 50-50 bet, not great odds. Anyway, you can see that their increase in all of their data has been just across the board, pushing up. Non-manufacturers index also, their Tankin, which is kind of a popular survey, rises to 30 from 19. You can see producer price index information is just kind of hot. I think I did 1 by 2 by accident there, but you get the idea. So wouldn't surprise me if the dollar yen does try to move into this kind of 155 area one more time. If you can kind of see this, Besant was picked as U.S. Treasury Secretary in this neck of the woods after the Trump election. Okay, U.S. Treasury Secretary thump, and now it's kind of moving its way back up here. Wouldn't surprise me at all if it makes it up to this kind of 154.72, 155 area. Then they do a little hike, will they? That's the big question. Yield differentials and all would be very much changed after that. I think it would get firmly rejected and start to move lower. And I don't think it would just come back down below 152, which is this key level. Very important. We were up here in 2022, again in 2023, same time frame, right? This was September, October, and this was October, November before the Fed pause and Yellen Yahtzee. Anyway, long story short, we did this very, very strong reversal and dump on the yen carry trade unwind. And I think we'd get a little bit of a replay on that. So this was the Trump thump, and now we're moving back up. Would not surprise me at all if we came all the way back up to this kind of 155 area, and then it gets rejected when they do a mini hike. I don't know how you want to put it, but this is where it would come back down. Ultimately, it would come back down below the 152, 147, which is very strong support. I think it would actually slice through it and make its way back down to 140, 137. So that would be the yen carry trade unwind part 2. We're not there yet. And if they don't hike, they'll push it off a little further. But that's my bet, is that this will rise up and overshoot into January. And then if they do hike, which odds are increasing if Fed pauses, then this will roll back over and we'll have a yen push. And the yen push would be very much a de-risking of that whole concentration risk bet, right? In our MAG 7. So that's the result, I think, that I've got in my head as the dollar yen up and then back below 152, 150, 147, 145 on way to 140 potentially. And then that would, of course, not only bid the yen, but it would also bid bonds. I don't think this is until February, though, because the FOMC is January 29th. Yes, it would also bid gold and silver. Baseline bet, it would have a good little support there for yen and bonds and precious metals, and it would not be very supportive for equities. But that is literally January 29th. So we're not talking about next week. I'm not worried about a yen carry trade unwind into the end of the year. I'm just not. We're talking about next month, at the end of next month. So make hay while the sun shines.
Join Club today to engage with Samantha and her team of 10 experts. Scan this QR code or click the link in the description. Subscribe to LaDuc Trading YouTube channel for more live trading room recap videos and other content.